So we got a very interesting situation breakdown from Katie Blackburn on the Trey Henderickson information. Listen, it's a lot, so we're just going to get right into this. But starting off right away, she says the situation is very unique, and she explains why we let him go try to find a trade partner. She says, as you're trying to put all the pieces together, you have certain limitations eventually. So he seems to feel strongly about it and thought about the strength of interest out there was going to be at a certain level. And so we said it would be okay to at least explore. And so we don't do that all the time. But in this case, we felt like it was the right thing to do, case by case basics every time. So summary is, he thought he was he's worth way more than he, quote unquote, they think he's worth. So they said, go out there and see if you're worth that much on other teams. And what we found out was other teams would pay him what he wants. They will pay him the contract he wants. But the difference is they don't want to trade the capital to get him. So in reality, it kind of did backfire if you think about it, because we were hoping he would go out there, not get many offers or not get, what he wanted money wise, and then come back to us and we could work out a deal. And in reality, he went out there, got exactly what he wanted money wise, but they didn't want to trade the capital to get him because we wanted over a first round pick. Also, some reports are saying we wanted a first and a third. So, yeah. And he is still a Bengal. So we'll see. Is this something we'll have to keep working through? Well, yeah, but he's a Bengal because you guys wanted a first and a third. Katie, he's not a Bengal because, like, if he wasn't on free agent market right now, he would be on another team. He has 1 year left on his contract, and he's also, you have the rights to him. So to say like this whole thing and then to say, well, and he's still a Bengal. Well, he's still a Bengal because he has to be, though. Like, you have to trade him, and you let him go out there, explore, and now he's still a Bengal. Yes, because he was going to be a Bengal no matter what. It didn't matter if he went out there and explored it or not. He was still going to be a Bengal because he's on contract. I'd be lying if I said I knew exactly what was going to happen. So we'll just have to see how it all plays out. And I think that's like the best way to sum up the situation. Nobody knows how this situation is going to go. Everyone gives us theories. Oh, we're going to sign him. We're not going to sign him. We're going to cut him. We're going to trade him. We're going to... Nobody knows. This is a crazy situation because even the Bengals don't know what's going to happen. And it's like literally like a cliffhanger. We just gotta wait and see. And I will still say I do not think this situation gets figured out. I don't. I think he plays the last year in his contract this year. I think we franchise tag him next offseason. I think we get the media, blah, blah, blah. The Bengals are so awful. They're screwing over. They're ripping off Trey Henderickson. All that other crap they say. And then, which I would find funny because it's $26 million fully guaranteed. And I know for edge rusher, that's $26 million is undervalued, blah, blah, blah. It's $26 million fully guaranteed. Let's just keep in mind that is a lot of money. I know as football fans, we look at money, and as football fans, we look at like how much people are getting paid and think, well, that guy's getting paid 40, that guy's getting paid 35. Just imagine how much $26 million fully guaranteed is. That's a lot of money. And also Trey doesn't play every single snap. He only plays like 60-70% of snaps. So the guy you're probably comparing him to plays 90% of the snaps, like Mad Max Crosby. There's a difference. Anyway, beside the point, $26 million fully guaranteed, and then the year after that would be 40. And the whole point of this is if he stays healthy, right, and he's 100% healthy and he's playing at a top level, then he gets those two contracts, those two franchise tags. Now, if he gets hurt, obviously, then that's a completely different situation. If he gets hurt, then you go back to the negotiation table at any time and say, hey, you have injuries now, you're 31 years old, let's work out a real deal. And it probably is going to be a lot less than they're offering him now, but it's closer to what the Bengals want. And I think that's what is going to happen. I really do. I think it's going to be no contract, franchise tag him, wait to see if he's healthy, wait to see if he stays healthy. And if he stays healthy, you just do it again. You got 26, you got 40, and you got 60. Those are the next 3 years for projected franchise tags for the DN position. And I think that's how this is going to end. Again, that's just my theory, though. Hendrickson says the ball is... Blackburn says the ball is now in Hendrickson's court. I think he should be happy at certain rates that maybe he doesn't think he'd be happy at. That is a strong statement. That's a strong statement right there. I think he'll be happy at certain rates of money he's making. So, like, I think he'd be happy at making 23 a year. That he doesn't think he'd be happy at making 23 a year is what that's saying. Which, that's a strong statement. That is a strong statement. Katie, you are speaking, girl. You are speaking. I think some of it is on him to be happy at some point. And if not, that's what the hold up. That's what holds it up sometimes. And it takes him to say yes to something. And also, we have all the respect in the world for him. He's a great player, so we're happy to have him. And so we'll find a way to get something to work. We're just gonna see where it goes. So it kind of the motto that I said earlier, where it's like, listen, 26 million is a lot of money. And you got to realize at some point you just got to be happy with making 26 million. So she's kind of going with the perspective of like, hey, we offered him our best offer. We gave him what we wanted to give him. We gave him a respectful offer. We gave him a correct offer. We gave him what we believe he'd be happy with. And now this goes down to him coming back down to earth and accepting our offer. Like, pretty much whatever he wants is, we're not going to do that. So we're going to sit here and wait until he is happy with our offer, and then he comes back to us and he accepts it. So that's what it kind of sounds like to me. And again, I might be completely incorrect in misreading this, but it sounds like they offered him something, and now she's like, we're going to sit back, and once the ball's in his court now, once he's happy with our offer, and once he accepts that, he could be happy at the rate that we're offering, then we'll get a contract done. But until then, we're just going to wait because the ball's in his court. So it doesn't sound like they're going back and forth with him. It doesn't sound like they're going to raise their offer. It kind of like, hey, we have an offer. This is how much we want to pay you. This is how much we offered you. And that's our final offer. Now the ball's in your court to be happy with that offer. So she's playing hardball. I love it. I don't know. Girl power, I guess. But okay. I'm indifferent about this whole situation because I told you how I think it's going to go. And that's how I see this planning out. So until I see something that shows that what I just said isn't going to happen, that's how I feel it's going to happen. So all of this situation here is just literally the same. It's just going to play out that way. Because if she's saying this and they're at a certain number they gave him and they say, hey, you just got to be happy with that number. And he says, I'm not happy with that number. No, it's a stalemate. This is a stalemate. And it's not going to move. Man, this whole situation was so strange a couple months ago because the whole, he just wants to stay in Cincinnati. He just wants to be a Bengal. He just wants job security. He just wants a certain amount of years. Man, that situation definitely is not what it was back then. I feel like, because I feel like now it's more about, yeah, he actually does want to get paid. Which, again, listen, at the end of the day, I'm always going to be pro player when it comes to getting paid, because you are only in the NFL for a short amount of time, okay? You are. There's only a certain amount of time you're in the NFL for. Get your bag, get your money, get paid as much as you can, and then, you know, you live the rest of your life, and you never know what will happen. You know, you might have issues with your mental issues with CTE and a bunch of other stuff. You might not be able to walk again. You might have, you know, arthritis when you hit 60. But it's like another part of me in my brain's like, but like 50, 75, $100 million. $100 million, bro. That's like, what would the average person give up? Like, would the average person walk with a limp for the rest of their life for $100 million? Yeah, they would. I don't know. It's like that. It's like there's parts of me that's like looks at it in a football way, but then there's parts of me that looks at it in like a human way, and I'm like, it's so difficult. And I know you can't compare the two. You really can't. But it's hard to look at it like that, you know? Like, because I'm looking at it from someone who makes like 12 grand a year, okay? Right? I'm looking at it from that perspective. And I'm looking at someone who, you know, who's turning down 26 million. So like 12 grand, 26 million, right? I'm looking at those two numbers and I'm like, oh, that's that. No. And that's before tax, by the way. Anyway, guys, tell me down below your thoughts, opinions. I'll see you guys next one. Peace.